Well, good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to my car. That's right. I'm on my way to Home Depot right now. I got to pick up something for today's project. And today's project is going to be a simple one. I'll share it with you when I get back, so stay tuned. But first, coffee. Alright, so we're back in the dad cave and went down to the home center and picked up a couple of little things that I needed. It wasn't much, it was just a pair of hinges. But let me show you what I'm working with today. We're going to do what we can with what we got. This is actually part of a teak table that my brother-in-law found. I was planning to restore it. Unfortunately, the legs of the table were split, and well, I didn't want to go buy any new teak to remake the table, so I thought I would just hold on to it and use it for any future projects, maybe try and do something else with it. That's what we're going to do today. So we're going to make an incense box with this teak. Why? Because I can. Could I go down to Walmart and buy one box? Sure I could. Do I want to? No. It's much more fun to make it. Alright, so all the boards have been sanded. The old finish is gone. I even got rid of parts of the wood that were all weathered, and now everything's nice, smooth, clean. There is still a little bit of character left from the weathered parts and also from the previous stain that was on there. I'm not too worried about that. I think it'll actually add a nice little touch. But I'm going to go ahead and start getting this glued up. And the other thing I got to do is to make the top, I do need to glue two boards together. And to do that, I'm actually going to have to run one side of each board through my table saw to remove that rounded edge that is on here. So this way I have a nice flat square surface to glue up to, so I have nice maximum hold. So go ahead and do that now. So this right here, this is the fun part of woodworking. This is the part of woodworking that nobody tells you about. No woodworker will ever tell you how much fun it's going to be to sit here and watch glue dry. But no, I'm kidding, it really isn't. And in fact, I'm very impatient and I don't like to wait for glue to dry. But in this case, I kind of have to. So while I was gluing it up, one of the other things I wanted to do is I just wanted to reinforce it with some nails. And unfortunately, my dad borrowed the nail gun that I had, so had to do it the old-fashioned way. So that's what you saw in the video. One of the things that made it a lot easier is I pre-drilled the holes, because what you didn't see, and I'll show it to you later, there was a crack on one of the nails that I put in on the corner, so I ended up splitting the wood. Luckily it wasn't bad, and I think it's going to be just fine because it was all glued up and there was no, it didn't chip out or anything like that, but it did, you know, kind of crack a little bit. So mental note, next time make sure you pre-drill your holes before you go and try and nail stuff into this wood. But anyhow, I'm going to let it set up, and then we're going to go ahead and work on the lid, and once that's done, we'll put the hinges on, we'll get the finish on this, and it'll be all set to go.
Overhead.
everything's glued up very nice, and all that's left to do now is just cut the top of size and also put on the hinges. And I think I'm going to take one of my router bits, I'm not sure yet which one, and just do a nice little edge detail around it. And then we'll just have to drill the hole in the top for the incense. So that's it, project's done. Nothing fancy, simple, straightforward. A couple of hinges that I picked up at Home Depot for a couple bucks, and just some simple butt joints for the box. Nothing fancy, but you know what? Came out beautiful. I like it. I love the wood, and it was nice just to use some leftover material that I had sitting around the shop that I had no plans for. So, but let me know in the comments below what you would do. Would you go and buy something that you saw at the local store, or if you had the tools and you had the supplies, would you go and build it yourself? Let me know what you think. It's a great question to ask. But anyhow, all done with this video. So if you haven't already, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. I'm going to get started on my next project. And remember, get out there and build something today, because Dad said so. Thank God this is done.